Hello everyone and welcome back to another video here on theme parks all over, and in today's video I'm going to be counting down my top 10 coasters at the 3 main major theme parks in the UK. Those major theme parks being Blackpool Pleasure Beach, Alton Towers and Thorpe Park. Now we're going to start off at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and in number 10 place is Blue Flyer. Blue Flyer is a small kiddie roller coaster. It's a wooden coaster, and as you can tell, it isn't for my age demographic. In 9th place is Infusion, which is a Vekoma SLC. It's a standard layout, and yeah, that's pretty much all that needs to be said about this coaster. It looks good off-ride, but rides disgusting. At number 8 is Steeplechase, which is a ride manufactured by Aerodynamics, and it's a very unique ride, let's just say that. At number 7 is the Grand National, and the Grand National was a wooden coaster that opened back in 1935, and yeah, it's a very rough ride, very dated. They are currently going through a phase where they are retracking it every winter, but I would personally like to see them RMC this coaster. I think it would work so well and merge in with the Pleasure Beach's attractions very well. Yeah. At number 6 is Avalanche. Avalanche is manufactured by Mack. It's a bobsleigh coaster, and yeah, it is one of the weaker bobsleigh coasters out there, but that doesn't take away from it being an absolutely brilliant ride. It's not one to miss when you visit the Pleasure Beach. At number 5 is Nickelodeon Street. Now, Nickelodeon Street used to be Velvet Coaster. It used to be just a roller coaster, but then was re-themed and renamed to Nickelodeon Street with the opening of Nickelodeon Land. Now, don't let the title of this roller coaster fool you, because it is not just your any old family coaster. It's actually a very good roller coaster, an out and back style layout, and yeah, not one to miss. At number 4 is what I consider the best out of the Blackpool Woodies. It is the Big Dipper. The Big Dipper is also an out and back style layout, but yeah, it is packed with airtime and intensity. This thing is a beauty. Coming in 3rd place is Revolution, and I believe this to be Blackpool's most underrated coaster. It's manufactured by Arrow. It's an old ride, and it still packs a punch. This thing is brilliant, and it's not to be missed. At number 2 is the UK's tallest roller coaster currently. It's the Big One. Now, this roller coaster opened back in 1994. It's a Aerodynamics hyper coaster, and yeah, this thing looks the part. It rides well. It's a bit rough, but it still wouldn't be Blackpool Pleasure Beach without it. So that means at number 1 it is Icon. Icon is manufactured by Mack. It's a multi-launch roller coaster. It features 2 inversions, well, technically 1, but I guess you can class it as 2, depends on how you class it. But this ride is choppy, it's brilliant, and yeah, second best coaster in the UK. So moving on over to Alton Towers, and in 10th place is Octonauts. Octonauts is a brilliant junior coaster for the little ones, and yeah, that's it. Opening in 1992 is the Runaway Mine Train at number 9. This is a brilliant family coaster, and one, if you're a kid, not to miss. At number 8 is Spinball Wizard. Now, Spinball Wizard is quite an underrated ride. It may be a family coaster, but it can be quite intense when you're riding it, and I would definitely recommend this being a child's first roller coaster when heading to Alton Towers. At 7 is Rita. Now, Rita used to be called the Queen of Speed, but then was rethemed just Rita to fit in with the Dark Forest 2010 theme. I think this is one of the most underrated coasters in the UK. Don't get me wrong, it isn't a good ride, but I would not miss it if it's on a short queue. I think it's actually quite good. The launch is fantastic. In 2002 it opened as Air, but was rethemed in 2016 to Galactica. This is the B&M flying coaster, the prototype flying coaster. It is Galactica. Now, this is a good ride, but it is nowhere near perfect. That's basically it. Number 5 is 13. Now, this roller coaster opened with the world's first drop track effect. Now, this is definitely the highlight of the ride. Other than that, it's a good family coaster, but nothing special. At number 4 is Oblivion, the world's first B&M dive coaster, the world's first roller coaster to hit 90 degrees vertical, although it was not vertical. Funny that. This ride packs a punch, but is nothing special. Hitting third place is Wickerman, an absolutely brilliant GCI wooden coaster, a family coaster, and the best thing about this ride is the experience. The pre-show, the theming around the ride, the station and the shop. Amazing. What used to be my favourite roller coaster in the UK, Nemesis, is at number 2. This is a B&M inverted coaster. It's intense, it has an absolutely brilliant layout, and yeah, one of the best rides in the park. Just beating Nemesis to number 1 is the Smiler, and I cannot put it into words how much I love the Smiler. It's my favourite roller coaster in the UK. It's just such a fantastic layout and theme, all packed into one tiny space really, and yeah, it holds the world record for the most inversions at 14. It's a Gerstlauer Infinity coaster, and I could talk about this thing all day. It is one of the best coasters in the world, I think. Definitely the best coaster that Gerstlauer have ever manufactured, and yeah. Now, seeing as Thorpe Park only currently has 7 roller coasters, and number 7 is the Flying Fish. Now, the Flying Fish is a brilliant junior coaster for the park. Thorpe Park does need more family rides, but yeah, this will do for now. Talking about family rides is The Walking Dead, the ride. Now, the best thing about this ride is the pre-show and pre-queue experience. The ride itself isn't fantastic. Of course, it used to be themed as X, which was one of the best roller coasters in the UK, the best ride on park, but now it's got the Walking Dead theme and it's a bit questionable. I think it needs to be changed. At 5 is Saw the Ride, a Gerstlauer Eurofighter which opened back in 2009 as the world's steepest roller coaster at 100 degrees. This thing is intense, has an intense theme, and looks the part. I don't think Thorpe Park could be the same without it. At number 4 is Colossus, the world's first 10 inversion roller coaster. This roller coaster is manufactured by Intamin. It was the first thrill roller coaster to open at Thorpe Park, and a lot of enthusiasts do miss this out on their visits to Thorpe Park, but I personally wouldn't, because it is such a good ride. At number 3 is Nemesis Inferno.
Fine! Fucking fine! I'll just get on and sit at the front next to these inconsiderate arseholes.
Nemesis Inferno is manufactured by B&M, Bolliger & Mavillard. It's an inverted roller coaster, and it may not be as good as Nemesis. I definitely think that they should have named it just Inferno, not with the Nemesis title, as that definitely puts a bad spin on it. But it's still a good ride, it's a classic invert. At number 2 is Stealth, an Intamin accelerator launch coaster that opened back in 2006. It's the second tallest roller coaster in the UK, it's the fastest roller coaster in the UK, and yeah, it definitely deserves its second place on this list. A lot of people do prefer it than what I have as number 1, but I prefer. The Swarm is my top pick for Thorpe Park coasters. This thing is brilliant. It has such a good layout, it has a lot of theming to go around, including obviously the ambulance, as you can see there, the plane wing, and the whole environment around the ride. Swarm Island is just brilliant. The layout, all the elements are quite tall, it's impressive to look at, and yeah, I really love the Swarm. It's one of my favourite roller coasters in the country. At the end of the day, these are all my opinions, and not everyone agrees with them. So I decided to put this to the test. So I hit to my Instagram, Theme Parks All Over, and I put a story on my story, this story, and I asked people if my lists were accurate. And as you can see, 71% agreed and 29% disagreed. So from what I can take from this, my list is pretty accurate with most people's opinions. That does mean it is the end of today's video. I am absolutely blown away with the support I've got on the videos recently. Thank you guys so much for sticking around and watching. Leave a like and subscribe for more content. There'll be more content coming out very soon, so stay tuned for that. So yeah, goodbye.